I'm here with Madam Savvy. For those of you who don't know her, she's going to introduce herself.
Hello. Now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Hi. I'm Madam Savvy. I am your resident shitposter on Twitter.
yeah.
Yay.
And apparently, like, she has a VTuber. I got, like, the VTuber in creation, like, in the middle. It's... Anyway, right. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening now. Are you familiar with the Vice journalist that was targeting Kirsche?
Yes, of course.
Right. So they made a couple of spiteful articles trying to go after the lady's sponsors, trying to incite
Hmm.
a hate mob. Didn't work out, but apparently, like, Vice didn't decide to fire her over that. However, like, today she did get fired over something that really pisses me off, because it's like, out of all the things to fire a person, and it's like, I wanted to like it when this person got fired. I wanted to be like, yes. But the reason she got fired now is like, god damn it. So, for those of you who don't know, there was a radical left-wing feminist group that decided in their infinite wisdom to pressure Visa and MasterCard to start censoring Steam. Created a lot of ass hurt on the internet, because they're grifters. And so this Vice journalist decided to write a couple of articles about it. In my opinion, they weren't that bad. They were like, for Vice standards, she didn't editorialize that much. She just described what's happening. Am I correct?
Yes, it was mostly just introducing the concept of the group, what the group is doing, what they take ownership for. It was just the most basic of commentary about it, and then the mention that Vice reached out to get the full list and haven't heard back yet.
Yeah, so
A full
basically,
list of targets.
yeah, like, here's the thing, right? This group of feminists, they're grifters. Like, what they're doing is they're doing BLM level noise and then making BLM level money out of it. And they claim that they're fighting to protect women and children, but they go after the most trivial, petty shit imaginable. They go after commercials, soap companies, they
Bakeries.
bakeries, lip gloss, right? And so they kick up a campaign. Uh, they make some changes at a company, and they make millions of dollars from it. They're in Australia, right? Are they an NGO?
So when I looked at their overall filings, I didn't find anything interesting worth reporting right now. I am looking into spouses and other government ties, but the founder of it, Melinda, she's been active in politics since the early 90s.
Is she a politician?
So she worked as an advisor from 1995 to 2000 something, and somehow a woman with a journalism degree labeled herself a bioethic advisor.
Bioethic advisor.
Hmm.
Is that like an advisor for biological life forms?
I'm not too sure what the job would entail. All I know is that it led to the banning of a popular abortion pill at the time that was widely available around the world, but it became banned in Australia and then any developing nation that Australia was giving aid to. So she actually did more harm than good for women all the way back then, and that's why the feminists started speaking out against her.
I see. Anyway, right. So, this organization, in my opinion, as you say, like bioethic, that sounds to me like a grift. It's like
Yes.
a job. In communism, we used to say that these are jobs where you cut leaves for the dogs. Like, you're paid to cut leaves for the dogs, as in, like, you're doing something that doesn't make any sense. It's not
Hmm.
needed. No one benefits from it, but you're being paid. And so, they decided to go after video games. They went after GTA, trying to pull GTA off target.
Hmm.
They were successful, I think.
Yes, they
Yeah,
were in Australia.
yeah,
So that their successes are mostly at the local level, and then anyone that they can bully online. So if you're an online lip gloss company, for example, with not a very large following, they can somehow threaten you.
yeah. So like they went after the video game Detroit, Life is Human,
Mhm.
which in my opinion, like, the reason I hate them the most is that they making me defend woke shit. Like they're going after woke video games and woke companies and
Mhm.
shovelware and stuff, and now I have to defend them. Like thanks Obama. But
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people, before anybody tries to label them as like a woke feminist, they are their own marching band. These people don't care about left or right. They want to take away the rights of all women.
I don't think they want to
So,
take away the rights. I think they want to make money. I think they
well,
found the
yeah, but in
position
doing
that's very.
so,
I mean,
yeah.
listen. Like, imagine that you get out with 5 of your friends, and all you
Mhm.
have to do is to bitch a little bit online, and you're making millions of dollars.
Isn't that terrible?
I mean, it is the moral society of Australia, right? Like, this is pretty
Hmm.
much how things work right now. Bitching about something is a lot more productive than creating something, and so you have like an entire cottage industry of people bitching, whining, and complaining.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
so,
and they are definitely good at that.
I mean, it doesn't take much talent, does it?
No.
Like it's not like you need to go to some university and get a degree on how to bitch.
Apparently, that's what the journalism degree is, actually. The
Really,
journalism degree teaches you how to bitch.
the blogger degree now, eh?
Yes.
All right, well, so they went after Steam now. Now the thing with Steam is that there was a video game that legitimately was disturbing, right? Like legitimately, it was made to shock. Like the entire purpose of the video game was to create shocking content.
Mm.
It was called No Mercy. And in that video game, like, I think the story was about a guy getting a divorce or something and the wife taking everything. So, like, he decides to rape every woman he sees. Am I correct? Like, is this the story of the game?
I don't know about the full story. That it actually, I'm not sure. Dev is the one who played it.
He played the
I didn't.
fucking game. Is it
Yeah,
legal
he
in
played it.
Canada? Like, can he play it? No, like, legit question. I don't know. Because I know, like, in Britain it got banned.
I think some parts of Canada actually may oppose it, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain, but I know it has multiple endings, and not all of them end in violence.
Oh, so you can
In fact,
actually.
it's a very tame game. Like in terms of games that are meant to be shocking or titillating of the taboo nature, this was one of the most tame ones. And I'm not trying to knock the developers or anything like that. Like they're clearly just starting out and all that. But look, I've experienced some content that's definitely much higher on the scale, and
Oh, I mean,
they chose that one
I mean,
because it was an easy
well,
target.
okay, right. So, like, if you're talking about the internet, right? Like on
Mhm,
internet, what the fuckery? That's like a 7,
mhm.
right? But for the normies,
Yeah.
that's like a 15. So
Yeah.
they also like the thing is that they didn't use like anime or cartoon characters. They used like actual 3D modeling of people.
Mhm.
So like
Yes.
that added to the shock value, because it's like one thing when you see a cartoon character, it's another thing when you see like a close 3D rendering of someone.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so anyway, this video game got a lot of traction. Like there were people in Britain that were horrified. There were people in Australia that were disturbed, and I think like there were a couple of people in the United States and red states, right? So like they demanded that this game be taken down. Apparently, the developer took it down themselves,
Mhm.
probably at the request of Steam, not to cause other problem for the rest of the community.
So no, actually, Steam never once reached out to them. They were the ones who said in their statement that they didn't want to cause problems for Steam because they love the platform and they don't want anyone to try to harm it. So for the sake of everyone else, they removed it, but you can still purchase it through their Subscribe Star.
Hmm. Is their subscribe star still up?
Yep. Oh yeah, Subscribe Star is super awesome. They won't take you down for artistic expressions.
I think they're going to make a killing, like the level of notoriety that they
Mhm.
got. But anyway, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and so they managed to take down the game before Steam decided to issue a ban. But this feminist group, right? They decide to start going after Steam now because it's like, oh, we found more games that have like themes of what was it, rape, incest, and other shit.
Hmm.
And like most
Yes.
of them were shovelware anyway, right? Like most of them were trash that nobody bought anyway. Because I looked at the game that were banned. Like
Hmm.
absolute bottom of the barrel. Like they created a moral panic over nothing. You know, like okay, there is some degenerate stuff out there, but like if no one is interested in it, isn't that a good thing,
Hmm. Yeah,
right?
they didn't bother looking into the statistics of it because I think some of those games didn't even have like any more than 50 purchasers, and that's being generous for some of them.
I saw some of the games banned that didn't have a single purchase.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they didn't do any research into it, which, wow, big shock.
Yeah. So basically, like the thing that they did is that they're probably going to get money in donations from this. But like
hmm
they now have Visa and MasterCard setting policy at Steam. And they're normalizing the idea that payment processors should be moral arbiters of society. Like, this is the actual problem. This is why people are upset. It's not about, like, because, like, they will say, oh, you can't play your rape games. Bitch, no one was playing them. No one was fucking playing those games. No one was interested. It's not about those games. It's about the concept of having, like, payment processors decide, like, what should and shouldn't be allowed on the internet.
Yeah, it basically creates a moral panic for who's ever the loudest side. So maybe today they have the upper hand, but tomorrow it could be people who are on the opposite end of the scale. And so this is what they open themselves up to.
But isn't it happening already with the leftists? Like, oh my goodness, I cheered for Palestine, and I'm not Hassan Piker, and somehow I got banned. Oh, what a world! What a world! It's like, well,
Yeah, they're finally experiencing it.
Yeah.
Whereas, they cheered on people getting debanked for the Canadian trucker thing, for some of the East Coast shenanigans, and then there were a couple of other times where it went viral that for political reasons people were debanked. And so now PayPal has been actively shutting down people's accounts who are pro-Palestinian or anybody who criticizes Israel if it's tied to their business directly.
You know, I just realized how No Mercy can publish their game on Steam again.
Uh-oh, how?
Publish it through Hassan Piker. Like, you get... No, I'm not kidding. Like, Hassan Piker has shown that he's, like, the vizier of the desert. I don't know how the fuck he does it. The man has mystical energies in order to defend himself from any type of TOS violation.
That's true.
Did you know what he did?
Which thing? Which thing did he do now?
Exactly. Like you have to ask, like, what? Because, like, all of them are monumental, you know? Like, first he said America deserved 9/11. He appeared in Fox News. Then he said that the U.S. Senator Don Kirsche, he got fucked in the eye by a mujahideen. Like just like dude, like, I would get banned for even a quarter of that shit.
Yeah.
He came
absolutely.
up with a gun. Fucking came up with a pistol in front of the stream and threatened someone. It's like,
Yeah.
how is he not trespassing the TOS?
I don't understand, but I'm gonna do a Hassan cosplay stream, and I'm just gonna mirror everything that he's done and play some terrorist propaganda and see how long it takes me to get banned.
That is, like, the easiest cosplay you can do. Like, look, all you have is, like, a streaming setup, like a microphone, and then leave the chair empty, and then you're fucking good. That's the Hassan Piker, you know? But, like, the idea of, like, doing any terrorist shit, like, he had an actual hoodie. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but apparently it fucks with America's boast. Not good. He had an actual hoodie on stream. And so, like, look, the man, I'm telling you, like, he is the vizier of the desert. Probably an ancient entity that worked for a sultan. I don't know. But, like, you make him a publisher on Steam, and then you get the developer of No Mercy to sell through him, he's unbannable. Like he can get all of the collective shout in the fucking world, you know, the collective screeching. They're not going to do shit against him.
Yep. No, he would be the ultimate workaround for that, because somehow, through his mystical Hassan Piker powers.
No, he's not Aladdin. Aladdin didn't have mystical powers. Aladdin had the genie.
Oh, that's right. He's got a magical genie in the form of the Twitch head. Dan Clancy. Is it Dan? Yeah.
Well, probably not with Clancy, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, actually a woman that works at Twitch has the hots for him.
It's possible, because we saw that room, and there are several rotund women in charge.
Yes, massive corporeal manifestations.
Yes.
No, like, seriously, like, if they walk in the next office, you can see the water in your glass vibrating. Jiggles. But, like, okay, for those of you who don't know, I don't have this at hand, but they showed, like, the Twitch, what is it, like, the higher-ups at Twitch, right?
Yeah, their little table meeting.
Yeah, their little table meeting. So you have, like, the Twitch CEO, which is fucking old. Like, I couldn't find the single black hair on his body, right? Like the man is starting to become like an ancient vampire. And like on the entire table, every single woman, like 40 to 50 years old. Every single one. And I'm like, this is a platform for people between the ages of 20 and 35. Where are your young people? Like, I'm not saying, like, you know, you shouldn't have your elder vampires over there. But, like, at least, like, a couple of young individuals that are connected to the modern culture. At least know what the fuck is going on.
Well, that's why everything's gone to shit in the industry, because it's people moving sideways from other businesses. They say, I don't know the first thing about games, but I saved this company a bunch of money and raised their profit margins by 22% in 1 year. So that's how they're doing it.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, when Xbox got its new, what was it, like gaming CEO or some shit, and it's a black woman, and I'm like, wow, like this is exactly the type of person that I would expect to be matched against me when I play Call of Duty. Like, but let's see what the fuck she did. You know, like maybe maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Perhaps she worked on some amazing titles. And I look at the person in sales, marketing, never fucking touched a single game in her life. Like is the type of person that doesn't even know how a coder looks like, because she would have to go down into the fucking basement to find the coding department. Like she's sales, like literally just a sales representative in charge of the entire gaming industry. And I'm like, do you not think that this may be a bad idea? It's like, let her get some experience at least, you know, lock her in the basement with the coder so she can see how to code the game.
Well, that would be hell on earth for a woman of that stature.
Probably. Todd, thank you for the $5. LOV and Madame Savi with The Last of Us 1 and 2. How much does Sony pays for protection? What does he mean? Like, Sony pay for protection?
I don't know.
Gabriel Darta, thank you for the 25 rod. The only thing, the professor. Oh, are you aware of the professor?
I am, yes.
Oh
that small-headed, flabby, okay, can I just say he looks permanently like inflated and swollen, like he's constantly got a bee stinging him.
You know what? If that is the case, that is how you guys need to look like. Like, listen, if you're a man, you need to copy his look. I'm not fucking kidding. Like, look how many women are thirsty about him. I know Madame
But it's
Savi
all
isn't.
ugly women.
Like,
you don't want that low-hanging fruit. That's disgusting.
Listen, madam, look. There are a lot of guys that like anything with a pulse, okay?
That's okay, true.
But,
sometimes pulse not needed.
Right? Well, I don't know about that, but like what I do know is that when you look at Hassan Piker's Instagram, it's kind of like watching a VTuber chick, and she has all the simps. It's literally like that, but in reverse. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. I can't explain. It's your gender, okay? Like, control your ladies. But like I'm saying, a lot of women.
I'm a sex trader.
A lot of women are just abso-fucking-lutely thirsty after Hassan. So like, if you're saying he's got a little head and he's inflated, well, guys, that's what you need to do. Shrink your head and get inflated.
That's a terrible medical procedure.
I don't know, like I saw that they did it in Germany. Like they have like a shrinking head in a museum. So it is possible. Like technically it can be done. Apparently, point out where the missing Armenians are. Savi should cosplay as Short Stack Goblin. How many detractors do you have on Twitter?
Well, I wouldn't know because they all compliment me.
Your detractors compliment you.
Yeah, I get insulted and told that, like, you know, my picture is edited, and you know, if I weren't hot, nobody would care, and that I'm Asylum Barbie.
That is actually like some of the most wholesome insults that I have heard in my entire fucking life.
Dude, I've had to correct them and be like, no, you just haven't seen a pretty woman in so long. I promise you, I'm average.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I mean, if you come to Europe, like, there's a lot of competition here. But, like, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the West and, like, America, this is probably true. SRC Maker, hey, via Sticks, beat Cenk and Hassan in WWE tag team match. I have proof. Oh, yeah, like, there was this guy that was making, like, WWE wrestling type of fanfic. And they had, like, Sticks and me versus Cenk and Hassan. It was kind of cute. Madam Savi is a harpy, and she has simps. Well, it's true. Like, I saw how you bullied the poor feminists. Like, you went over there, and you went very, very aggressive.
Yeah, I've been really spicy the past week and a half. And I feel like my patience is just kind of running out. And so I've just been gradually getting, like, a little bit more to the point. and less nice. Which, I mean, they need, to be fair.
I don't think they give a shit. I think they actually enjoy it. And I'll explain
I
why.
think so too.
Their whole business model is to screech and get money, right? Like, they
Mhm.
don't care about... Put yourself in these shoes, right? You don't really care about what you're doing in the world. Like you're not really trying to make change or anything like that. You're just trying to get donations. And
Mhm.
so when people bitch about you, you get publicity. More people find out about you. Some people may even be convinced, oh my goodness, look, like these ladies, they're going after degenerate games, and look, they're being called horrible things online. Maybe I should give them $1. Yeah.
They
And then, you know, like, imagine this. You're going to a payment processor, and it's like, we're collective shout. And the processor goes like, who the fuck are these, you know? But, like, if everyone talks about collective shout, and it's like, oh, they're collective shout. Okay, well, I guess, like, I should listen to them. So, like, any type of publicity for this type of grifting, I'm not saying in general, but, like, for this type of grifting, any type of publicity is good publicity.
absolutely, yeah, because they've definitely been able to go viral, and so like any few extra dollars, and I watched their little ticker thing for donations on their website. Um, you know,
It's
they're
ticking.
they're happy for that. They're happy to look like victims because it gets other sympathetic women who are misguided and unintelligent, unfortunately. It gets them to give them money.
Yeah. Is the ticker ticking?
The ticker is ticking a little bit, but probably not as much as they were hoping.
I noticed like their followers gone up. Like people are really mentally deficient when they subscribe to their account.
So I've gone through some of their follow accounts, and they, honest to God, look like accounts that have just traded hands so many times. Like
Hmm.
they just don't come off like normal humans running an account.
Well, most of their activism isn't online, right?
Yeah.
A lot of things can be done nowadays if one of those ladies just has a talk with the CEO's wife from a payment processor.
Well, what has hurt them the most is the fact that they had an online presence because they need to virtue signal, but for the longest time they could do it in a vacuum. And then you have somebody like me waddling along one day because they threatened to get rid of the content that I enjoy.
Oh
Um,
my god.
and I just go dig it up.
I just remember of a pious Christian, a God fearing man that decided to side with Melody Mac, and he wanted to ban all pornography from the internet. And pornography for him was anything erotic, right? Like if it titillates the senses even a little bit, if you have
Mhm.
like a midriff, that's porn that needs to be banned. And then people, it's
Mhm.
like, all right, well, let's dig up into your past. You know, let's see if you're as pious as you say you are. Because I don't know how to live a life without jerking off. And if you say that it is possible, I'm going to look into your past and I'm going to see how you done it. And it turns out, like, the first thing they find out, this gentleman was posting furry pornography on his main. The homosexual variety.
Yep.
Yeah, the one with the boot sex. And so,
And
like,
using language of the furry.
using language of the furry. And not only that, but apparently, like, he also drew a not safe for work comic with big fat tits. Yeah. Anyway, like many such cases. And now every time he posts, doesn't matter what, he can post that there's a sunny day. It doesn't matter. He gets like a living, breathing posse of people just like retweeting the shit that he posted. Like he is followed around on X by an army of people just like retweeting the shit that he engaged in. And now, like, I just tell him, like, every single time he tags me, he's like, shut the fuck up. Like, look, you got an army of posse posting some of the most degenerate, obscene shit that I have seen. I don't want it on my timeline. You know? Get rid of them and then talk to me. Fuck off.
Can I just say that that's probably like it's one of my greatest joys knowing that I caused that. Same thing with the Vice reporter who was just let go.
You caused
I
that?
caused Yeah, oh yeah, I caused the name.
Oh,
I
my
caused the
fucking
name.
God. Like, please, like, let me never piss you off. Holy fucking shit. Like that. They're not bots. Like, they're dedicated people. Like they're not individuals waking up to see if this pious man has posted anything today. And if he did, like, they're retweeting his own smoot that he posted in 2024.
I could have never predicted that that would have happened. Like, I thought people, like, if he makes a post trying to be pious, okay, I understand it, but it's all his posts. It's all his replies.
The thing that I don't get, like he is such a special case on the internet. Like, most people that go after someone, right? Like usually, you know, if you are on the internet for more than 5 years, you got some skeletons. Like, no one No one is that perfect unless you're Tucker Carlson. But like most people, they do have some skeletons, right? And so,
Mhm.
if you piss off a community, they start digging. Eventually, they find something. In the case of this gentleman, apparently, like, they found, I think it was like a police report,
Mhm.
domestic battery. Not a good
Mhm.
look, right? Like, not a good look. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't batter anyone. You know, I don't go by the name of Clankers. But, like, okay, he did that, apparently. And they post that, right? So usually when you find something like that, it's enough. Like, no one invests more time, because it takes effort, right? Like, you find that shit, it's enough. No, he insisted in pissing off people from various communities across the internet, and then they start thinking again. It's like, oh, furry sex porn. And then they start thinking again, and it's like, oh, worked on a not safe for work comic. I'm actually afraid, like, what they're going to find next.
Well, so the final thing for me that made it very unfun was we were having a back and forth, and I called him out for his hypocrisy on handling the Ed Piskor situation because he gloated about basically causing that. And then he tried to play it off that he wasn't gloating. And then with me in the back and forth, he just full blown says, "I'm glad I did that." And I'm like,
Ooh.
dude,
Ooh.
I haven't posted about the DV stuff at all because, like you said, you never know what happens, and there are women who falsely claim things.
Yeah.
But I said that paired with this, honey, this is no longer fun for me. It was fun to dig up the furry porn because, at the end of the day, that's not hurting
He
anyone. It's
posted
art.
it! Like, this is what I don't
Yeah,
understand,
exactly.
right? Like, no one forced him, right? Like, he retweeted it on
Yeah,
fucking main. It wasn't even an alternative account. Like, my
yeah.
brother in Christ, like, I understand, you have a weakness. The devil is strong. And it's like, you feel the compelling to watch that shit. But don't come and be pious afterwards, right? Don't be like,
Mhm.
I'm not like the other girl. You are exactly like the other girl. You're worse than the other girls.
Mhm.
Which, and the thing is, like, we're not coming over there to make fun of you or to even talk about you, right? But then you're
Yeah,
coming
he
into
picked
my
that
kitchen
fight.
bringing your shit.
Mhm. Yeah, he picked that fight. I didn't do
He's
anything.
like, no,
He came
oh, it,
in
it was
and
it was like over the video game. What was it? Not
so
Stellar
I
Blade.
was in so yeah, what caused this to blow up was the first descendant, the
Yeah,
booty gift that
yeah.
somebody created intentionally.
Some gotcha
And then
swapped. Yeah.
I was having a back and forth with Trent, and then Trent tried to say like, "Well, isn't that what the point of all this was, to get degeneracy out of games?" And then I said, "No, it was never that," and calmly explained it. And then JDA tried to go off and then started labeling me a leftist and Alyssa Mercante and all of these things. And I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Who are you?"
Yeah.
And then it turns out JDA has referenced me multiple times. He's come to me for information. And then I spent 3 months asking him to unfollow me because I don't believe in blocking. He didn't do it
He
until
made
I
you believe.
finally posted a bunch of yaoi at him. But he said, "Well, you post good information sometimes." And I'm like, "Oh, so you can't even do your own research. That's great, dude."
It's
Yeah.
it's an interesting way. No,
What a
I think
worthless
he's a grifter.
creature.
I honestly think that no, seriously, like, I think he's doing outrage posting in order to get people upset, so that he gets
Yeah.
retweets. Like, either that or he's got a
Yeah,
fetish.
that's it.
Like, getting assaulted
I
on the
love
internet
both.
turns him on. Maybe there are these people. Like
Yeah.
in that anime, what is it? Konosuba, right? Like, you got darkness. A character that gets turned on when people humiliate them. But maybe it's like that. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
someone
Interesting
said
thing.
that I admitted to have being a furry. I'm not ashamed of it. It used to happen like 20 years ago, yes. I grew
Yeah, I
up out
mean,
of it,
Chris was
like the
hot.
moment I had the girlfriend, but this is why, literally why, I don't shame people for their shit they're into. It's like,
Yeah.
imagine me being like that and then coming back and shaming you for it. Like, I would feel awful about myself.
Exactly. Yeah. And plus, too, everyone saw those eyes that Nala was making. Okay. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, Dios mío. Anyway, right, so there are people like that on Twitter, and usually, like, the more moralistic they are, and you notice that it's kind of like a grift, because, like, usually they either have a website, or they have a product, or they have some shit,
Mhm.
like, the main issue is that while they're enriching themselves, they're also empowering stuff like payment processors. And what I don't understand
Mhm.
is, like, why are right-wingers who have been blocked and banned and debanked and canceled for the last 10 years, why the fuck are they supporting this nonsense?
It's the greatest mystery. And I wish I could explain that one. It just comes down to ignorance, though. They think that because somebody's banning something that they like, they put no deeper thought into it, just like how the collective shout people don't put any deeper thought into anything. And they're just so desperate for a W or to look like their side is just, and then you pull up under the hood, and then suddenly you got to delete your tweets in silence.
There was like a very funny post that I saw regarding this, the banning of pornography. When you got that icky porn banned, like Jesus always wanted to, but then your bank account gets closed because you advocated for less immigrants online, you're clearly Mecca Hitler. And then you go, wait, that wasn't supposed to happen. Only the bad thing I don't like should have been targeted.
Mm-hmm. And that's how all of them are. None of them have the foresight to look at least one step ahead. They can't even do that. It's like they've just got a cardboard box over their head.
Yeah, like the main issue, the main problem is that this is not even the slippery slope argument. It's not like we're trying to say, oh well, this could happen. All we're saying, look at 2020, look at 2021. Like this is happening. Like these are the companies you're simping for, right? And over what? Over like a shitty game on Steam that no one fucking wants to buy anyway.
Yep.
It's fucking insane to me. Oh, and now you have like the age verification laws. These are like the biggest cancer. Like whenever I see, rare Tennessee W, rare Texas W. Listen. What they're doing is something they've been trying to do since 2016, consistently. And you have now, if you have the UK, if you have Australia, if you have the European Union all agreeing that something is good, it most definitely is not. Like, somehow, some way, it's fucking you over. So, like, what are robust age verification laws? Well, apparently, they used to try them before to prevent online bullying, right? Like, they wanted to destroy internet anonymity. That's exactly how they sold it back in 2016 and back in 2020. They said, like, we're going to destroy internet anonymity in order to curb down on misinformation, trolling, bullying. No one bought it, right? So now they're coming again with think of the children argument. Right? So it's like, we need to prevent children from accessing porn sites. And if you look at some of those bills, especially the ones from Europe, they also say, and hate speech. Right? So basically, what they want to do is like, currently, if you go on a porn site, you have like the question, like, are you 18, yes or no? And obviously, like a lot of young adults will say they are, right? They lie. Kind of interesting, like in order to change the gender, all you have to do in Germany is to go to a city hall and say, I identify as a woman, and they believe you. But if, all of a sudden issues like this requires robust verification. Okay, what does robust verification mean? Does it mean like show a credit card? Because like that would be a little bit more reasonable. No, they want you to show a government-issued ID or to show your face scan before logging on to a website. Nobody's going to fucking do that.
In some instances, actually, it's both. For some websites, they require you.
Okay.
Yeah, and to timestamp it.
Right. And then they're like, oh, look at Pornhub. They're pulling out of the red states. Clearly, they're interested in having children. It's like, no. Clearly, they're interested in making sure that information doesn't have to be stored on their servers. Because imagine what happens if it leaks. Imagine if a hacker manages to get it, right? Like identity theft is a thing last time I checked. But okay, fine. The next issue is that let's assume that this becomes a common trend, right? Like every single time you want to visit an adult website, you have to show ID, you have to show your face. Let's say it becomes normalized. What websites show pornography? Well, we got Discord, we got Reddit, we got Google search. Pretty much the entire fucking internet, right? And then what happens when you do like this hate speech? What if they ban your ID? Well, now you can't make an account anywhere. Now you can't, like you're pretty much like a child, right? Like you have the same access like a child if they decide that you did the speech of hate because you wanted less immigrants on your web. Like the very fact that right-wingers are supporting this is mind-boggling. Like if you want people to, like you want kids not to use adult websites, there are already phones designed specifically for kids. Like schools buy them. And they have like, on their device, they have the things already locked. And they have like the parental controls and shit. This is not about children, right? This is not about protecting kids. This is just about destroying internet anonymity.
Yeah, and data harvesting.
And data harvesting. Holy shit, I got $100. This Hassan Piker, thank you for the donation. Oh no, you want a funny V. I was in New York City and the S&M clubs in college. I almost felt curses because of how much time I spent there. And now I am MTF. Tell that prude to live a little V. He doesn't want to miss out on the greatest experience of life because he is a prude. No, like he's making money, man. Like he's actually making money by being a spurg on the internet. It's like, if someone does that, there's no moral arguments you can make, except pay them more. You know, like, pay them to actually be pious. Like, you can pay them, you know what? I'll pay you and I want you to actually go to a church. But you have to show me that you went to a church, right? And actually learn Christianity. Don't pretend that it's like just a cloak to cover your ideology. I'm going to ask you theological questions. And then you'll see that they calm down. Who is the guest? The guest is Madame Savvy. She's an upstarting YouTuber.
I'm just a thing.
Yeah.
I just want to be left alone in the basement to read my naughty books, but angry cat ladies over 60 are impeding that.
Don't give
That's all I want.
Don't give cell phone to the kids. What do you think, Madame Savvy? Should kids have cell phones? Like in France, they're banning it.
No. I mean, so they shouldn't have smartphones. I'm fine with the old style phone with the number pad. Yeah, one of those on a prepaid plan in case of emergency. I think that that's totally fine, but they don't need access to a smartphone. And to go a step further, I think parents should be encouraged to turn off the internet at times. If you can't monitor your kid, turn the internet off.
But
it's not hard.
Mommy, all the other kids have smartphones. Why can't I? Why are you so cruel, Mommy?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, so what's kind of interesting about that is that you can also see this with entertainment discussions. So you remember when we were kids?
Yeah.
If you didn't have the Pokemon cards, you were ostracized. You were made fun of. You were called poor. Your parents were mocked for being too religious, maybe. Yeah. Right? Today, because there's so much, you don't get shamed the same way.
Really?
So yeah, and this is something that I've seen in all of my friends' kids. They'll come back from school and like sometimes I'll talk to them, and like one of the daughters actually doesn't have a smartphone, and she's like, "Why would anybody make fun of me for that?" And I'm like, "What?"
That's not normal. They're supposed to make fun of her.
Like it's so weird.
It is. I hope it's the same in my country. Like one of the things that I'm worried about is that I want to do the same. Like when my kid grows up, I don't want him to have access to any smartphones. And so, like, my only terror is that he will come like, Daddy, all the other kids have smartphones. Daddy, why are you so cruel to me, Daddy? When you're going to be old, Daddy, I'm going to make sure that you don't have shit either. You know? It's like, oh, holy shit. But if you're telling me that this is not the case anymore.
Well, so, I mean, that's a very localized thing, but, like, it's kind of what I've been able to garner to from social media. Because, like, I mean, look at anime. Nobody realistically has real FOMO because there's so much animated, right? So like the things I'm watching, maybe you've never heard of, or maybe something that you're watching is not the mainstream, but your entire community knows it, and that's why everybody's here. Like those are just small examples, but that's the way the world is moving, especially now too that we have personalized entertainment in the form of AI generation.
I think it's the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's the future, and most people that are spurging out, it's like, we got those evil porn games, man, from Steam. Yeah, we're getting Pornhub back. Yeah. And then everyone is going to have their AI wife offline. And in my opinion, like, that's a little bit worse. But, like, it is what it is,
Well, it's like, this is too just an interesting thing to throw towards collective shout. Just because, so I have a local AI thing running on my computer, which means I can use it without internet access. Generate as much. I can generate as much AI porno and hentai as I want, right? What are they gonna do? Their goal is to ban all nudity, right? Not even like not just the sex over sexual stuff, but like they want everything. If you are showing any skin, they want you gone. How are they gonna control my local machine with my local code, my local art feeding it, and then it generates the art for
Oh,
me.
they actually can. They actually can. See, like, this is one of the problems that I
They'd have to
notice
get
a
me
lot of
arrested.
people do. It's like
Mhm.
they don't have faith in their governments, right?
Mhm.
Like, the government is one of the richest entities in existence, with people that are generally smart, but usually they use their wits to fuck you over rather than for your better benefit, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
They can pressure the graphics producer, the graphics cards, right, to make it so that it only runs certain AIs that they allow. So, like, for
But it's
instance,
too late.
huh?
But it's too late now because I can already run it locally. So if
Yeah,
I
sure, but
never
like, how
engage
long
in
will
another
this
update,
hardware last? You know, like, yeah, I guess, for as long as your video card lasts. Well, like, if they
mhm.
manage to take them out of production, or they even put
Well, then
like
I'll just
some
make
laws
my
where they
own.
fine you for like having some of these. No, seriously, like, this is what has been discussed in the European Union and the United States.
Mhm.
Like, they're really concerned about the rise of AI and
Yeah.
misinformation, disinformation, harmful content, blah blah blah. And they noticed that, okay, well, we can control the public AIs. Like, we can control OpenAI, we can control, what Grok does, because it's public.
Oh, barely.
Barely, yeah, no, but like, they haven't really tried going after it right now, because like the wheels of the government are slower, and currently like the right wingers benefit from it, so it's fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
But like, their ideas, because I actually watched what the academics were saying, and they are implementable. Like, for instance, they realized that people can run their AIs in offline mode. And
Mhm.
so, like, they can ask NVIDIA and other graphics producers, because they're not that many, to make it so that on the hardware level, like, you will have the graphics card simply not wanting to run any AI that's not authorized. Now, obviously, there are ways around that. Like, if you're tech savvy, if you know what you're doing, sure. But, like, let's be honest, they don't want 100% compliance. Like, they want 90% or 80%. And I think
Yeah.
they can do it.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
To Madam Savvy, SRC Baker asks, what are your specs? I got dual 5070 Ti, 16 gigabytes each, 128 gigabytes of RAM, 16 core, 32 core, dedicated LLM local server, 10 Gbps fiber, 200 terabytes NAS, 8 terabytes local SSD.
All I know is that I have the 4080, so it's not as robust as yours dual graphics cards, but it's a nice reliable build. Meta PC went out of their way for actually provided me with a PC after mine imploded from too much 4K gooning, I guess. That's a joke. But yeah, no,
I love
your
the fact that you
computer is
need to
impressive.
mention.
Huh?
I love the fact that you need to mention.
Well, just in case.
Yeah, just in case the audio clip. Eskil, thank you for being a member for 5 months. I first heard of you through Kirsche. Kirsche is a nice woman.
She's wonderful.
A little bit. I don't know how to say. It's like, if she has a suspicion, you cannot change her mind. Like, once she becomes suspicious, she's like a fox.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she becomes suspicious of something.
She's my fellow bloodhound.
Frog Jupiter, thank you for the $5. Payment processors freeze accounts. Canadian truckers after dev forbidden video topic. Why does this sound so familiar? Again, like, the idea that payment processors should control the internet based on the current thing. I don't understand, like, why any right-winger would support that after the truckers, after the January 6th bullshit, after the the pandemic, after like all of the stuff that right-wingers have been exposed to. And you're like, you know what? Those fucking video games on Steam, they are so important. They need to go, even if that means like the payment processors get to dictate everything. It's just like, what the?
Well, it's the same thing as I think it was only a week ago that the freaking FBI said, "Hey, we've shut down these websites where you can pirate video games."
Yes, and people
I know
were
you
like,
guys are
"Oh,
waiting
finally!"
for the
What the fuck? It's like, do you have stocks in these companies? Like, look, I'm not encouraging that, but what I am saying is like, okay, they were existing, and how many people knew about them? How many people were using them? It's like, sometimes a little corruption is acceptable, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the market solving itself. Let it be.
Like, if anything, like, did you know what's the best anti-piracy software that was ever made in the history of mankind? woke writing. No, I'm not fucking kidding. No one wants to pirate that shit. Like I was looking at rings of power plus privilege, and I was actually curious. Like I actually asked ChatGPT, like, how many people are pirating? Because I know that when you had Game of Thrones, like it was like the most pirated thing in existence, and then you had the Attack on Titan, right? Most pirated things in existence. How many people are pirating rings of power plus privilege? Almost no one. Like, it's going to come a time when if you have rings of power plus privilege on a USB or some shit, it's going to have collector's value. Because no one else has it. Like, you'll be the only one.
That's actually true. It's a brilliant investment for the future. In 30 years, you could make a couple $100.
If you can. By the way, speaking of, let's talk religion. Do you know that apparently Donald Trump was selling Bibles with his signature?
Yes.
$1,000, I think it was the Bible. And
that's wonderful.
People found out that they were made in China, and they were freaking out saying it's blasphemous.
Actually, that's really interesting that they would have made that blunder, because one of the largest Bible printing companies, all they do is print Bibles, is here in America.
Do they cost $3 per Bible?
It's a great question.
Well,
I'm sure
for the it's not a blunder. It's like but like my point was, okay, so let me understand leftists. They make minimum wage a thing. They make workers' rights a thing. They have environmental regulations, and they don't care when companies go, you know what? Screw all your bullshit. We're going to bypass all of that, go to China, make the fucking Bibles for $3, and then we're going to sell them back in the United States. And you guys, you make a Bible for like $25, $40. Exact same product, exact same shit, $3. The left doesn't care, right? They don't find the problem with that. They don't notice that, unemployment is going up because like all the businesses are going to China, right? And so someone comes up and you have like Donald Trump, and he's like, you know what? Let's tariff that shit. Okay, you're selling your Bible for $3 here, 300% tariffs. Now your Bible is a lot more expensive. You wanna be competitive, move your business back, right? All of a sudden, it's like, what is Donald Trump doing? Look at it. Hypocrisy. He's buying from China. Everyone is buying from China. That's the whole fucking point. You made it so that people have to buy from China.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. They claim to be for the people, but every action has led to it being quite the opposite.
Yeah.
And only in hindsight do we really see it now.
Do you know that if you have one of those Bibles, it will probably worth like $10,000 in a couple of years?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. As soon as when Trump does passive old age, whenever that is, the value of that, his NFTs, all the goofy little things, the Trump phone that they're selling, all of that stuff is going to go up in exponential value.
So I'm not like really sure how much the NFTs, especially if they're going to last. But like, imagine this, like if your grandchild has a Bible signed by Donald Trump, right? Like 100 years from now, this is a Bible signed by the president. What is it? Like 43 president of the U.S.?
45th and 47th.
Okay, by the 45th or the 47th president in the United States. He survived an assassination attempt. And whatever
Multiple.
else. Yeah. And you have a Bible signed by him, and it's 100 years old. That shit is probably going to be worth a fortune. And there's only 1,000 others like it.
Yes.
Like anyone that gets their hands on that, and it's like, oh, it's made in China. Who fucking cares? That's actually going to be part of the lore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be part of the passing down. It's like, well, it was made in China because it had to be during that time. But Trump saved it. Trump brought the Bible back to America. It's gonna be so good. I hope I'm alive for that somehow. Uploaded to some sort of stupid data cloud, getting to see all my little spawn running around with their spawn telling tales of Trump.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, it's kind of funny, Like I wouldn't even know about that unless the leftists complain about it. I love how pious the leftists become. I usually talk about Jesus when someone tries to shove their Jesus down my throat. Other than that, I don't talk about it. But like the left, nonstop, just non-fucking stop. And it's like, oh, this is blasphemous. Critics say, like what critics?
Yeah, they're very obsessed, dressing with their boobies out, telling us that things are amoral.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
But
Really?
by the way, are you from New York or is this like doxing? Don't tell me if it's doxing. I'm just curious.
I was born in New York, raised in Texas, graduated high school from the DC area, went to college in Nebraska. Now I'm back on the East Coast. So my speaking is all over the place.
Okay, well, I
I
didn't
also
want the
do.
live biography. The reason I asked is because I made a video on my main channel. Apparently, a lot of people said it's anti-Semitic. But, like,
Oh,
I don't know why. Like, I only talked about an interesting phenomenon in New York. Do you know there's a fucking wire around Manhattan?
what do you mean by a wire? Like a
Yeah, like an actual wire. You know what a wire is, right? Like I mean, of course you know, because
like
like English is your first language. Like this like large piece of metal that goes around Manhattan.
yeah, like an electrical wire
No,
underground?
no, not electrical. No, symbolic. It's got religious significance.
Oh, no, I actually didn't know this. I
Okay.
thought you were gonna make fun of the way I talk.
No. Like listen. Like, okay, I just want to see the reaction of another person who hears this for the first time, just to see if it's like mine or
What?
not. So apparently, you know, like there are people that are Orthodox Jews, right?
Right.
Okay, and they got like a lot of rules that they need to follow.
Yeah.
All right, one of
Oh, are you
them.
talking about the tunnels?
No, not the tunnels. No, that's a different thing. No.
Oh, gee, what the fuck?
Okay, listen. So the Orthodox Jews, they have like a lot of rules. One of them is that they're not supposed to work on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, now they tried deconstructing things. They like that. You know, they have a lot of academics. They're smart people. So they're like, but what is work? How do you define work? Well, unfortunately, work is defined. You see, back in the day, like many rabbis got together, and when many rabbis get together, a temple was erected. And apparently, everything that was done in order to erect that temple is considered work. So, writing stuff down, carrying stuff around, like all of that is considered work. They can't do that on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Okay? They actually hire a Sabbath Goy. I'm not kidding. Like, you can look it up on Wikipedia. That's what they do. It's a Sabbath Goy, like an individual that does the things they can't do. So, like, for instance, like, he turns on the light. If he doesn't turn on the light, he keeps the Jews in the dark. I'm not kidding. Like, this is, no, seriously. Like, they're well paid for this, right? It's like kind of like a butler, but he just turns the light on, turns the light off, you know, opens the door, the elevator. Anyway, whatever.
Right.
So, they can't carry stuff around. That means, like, you can't push the baby stroller. You can't have a briefcase. You can't do anything. So they thought, all right, well, that is what work is. But what is private and public property? No one mentioned that, you know? And so, like, what if you're in a gated community? You know, like, what if you're in a neighborhood? If you're in a neighborhood, you're on private property. So, like, if you have, like, a gated community, you can push the stroller around because you're not in public, even if it's the Sabbath. Okay. But then they realize, like, what is a gated community? Well, it's a big fence, right? But what if we don't actually use the fence? What if it's just a wire to show that this is the private property? And now there is a wire around Manhattan. And there is a rabbi that goes there every Tuesday with a car. And he actually checks to see if the wire is still standing. It costs $100,000 to maintain that piece of equipment.
Is it just floating? Like, where is it?
On top. Google it. I'm not kidding.
I'm Googling it.
I think it's called Eruv.
Wire Manhattan. Holy.
That was my reaction. Like, I generally thought, like, no fucking way. And I look at it and it's like, well, holy shit, it's true.
It's a clear fishing wire.
Yeah.
Tied around the island of Manhattan.
Correct.
Barely visible between Manhattan buildings is an Eruv. I don't know if we're saying that right. Used by observant Jews to create a symbolic domestic perimeter for the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Me neither.
But...
Me neither. Like, no, seriously. Like, this is, you know, a lot of people can't talk about it. And when I wanted to talk about it, other content creators were like, V, don't talk about the Jews. And I'm like, why not? It's like, well, you know, when you're a surgeon, right? And you make 1,000 surgeries, eventually you can botch one. and you have like insurance, and I'm like, okay, so well, when you talk about the Jews, like you can say something offensive and you get canceled. Do you have insurance? And I'm like, holy shit, you know what? You're right, but like I think I can talk about this.
So, more than 200 cities around the world are partially encircled by an Eruv, and
Yes.
Manhattan isn't even the largest, but it
Yeah.
is the most expensive, between 125 and
It
150,000
got
a
up.
year.
It's the Bidenomics.
Yeah. So my question is, and this is again not meant to be disrespectful, but if you have a group of individuals actively trying to circumvent certain elements of your sacred text of which you are supposed to abide by, what is the point of abiding by any of it?
To raise your
Right? Like
IQ.
clearly
No, like think
there-
about it. No, seriously, like think about it, right? It takes an intelligent person to figure out how to bypass the rules.
but it's so nonsensical.
But no, it isn't. It isn't. Like think about it. Like you need to be smart. Like you would put like the smartest person in charge to figure out the loopholes.
This is like those graphs that are mean where it's got, it's the percentile graph and it's got the retard on one side and then the intelligent hooded character and then
Yeah.
the crying person in the middle. Like that's the solution. You were either exceptionally intelligent wearing the hood or you were a retard who came up with that.
But let me put it this way, okay? Why I think this actually works at a religious level. Like all their rules, and they actually do follow them, right? Like don't touch the light, or on Sunday, for instance, they have this rule. They turn off all the electronics and they spend time with their family. All of these rules create discipline. You need to be like an incredibly disciplined community to follow all of this shit that, it is trivial. It is nonsensical for us in 2025. But like if you think about it from an anthropological level, all these Orthodox Jews like following these things down to the fucking letter, it actually creates an incredibly disciplined community. Now,
definitely.
They also have like really stupid rules. Like for instance, like separate the kosher from the non-kosher, separate the food. And I'm looking at that and it's like, wow, I did that when I was at KFC. I was separating, no, seriously, like I was separating the different types of meats so that you don't do cross-contamination. And I was thinking like, back in medieval times when these things were created, they obviously didn't know about germ theory and anything like that, but like by separating the food, you just notice that less people are becoming sick. Like they don't know why, but they see the results. So it's like that graph you said, where the person that's like incredibly dumb says, "Well, God told us to do it, and it's good." And then you have like the intelligent person on the other side who's like, "Yeah, you're separating food so that it doesn't get cross-contaminated. You're pretty much doing what people who know germ theory do." And then you have like the person in the middle. It's like, "Oh, that's so ridiculous. That's superstitious."
Yeah, exactly. But like the last paragraph of this article, this is by NPR.
Yeah.
So as it turns out, resting on the Sabbath takes a lot of preparation. Dina Mann says the Eruv does more than to just help her enjoy a Saturday walk in Central Park. It lets her enjoy the Sabbath. There's a warmth in the house the minute you light the candles, she says, because you're rushing to make sure all the lights are on, making sure the candles are there, making sure all the food is cooked. Then you just light the candles and just let go of everything. So it's like if this is something that you are choosing to adhere to, though, and it's so freaking stressful, like that's, yes, it's a test of your faith. But now you're saying, oh, well, I'm forgoing the test so that way I can circumvent it to still live comfortably because my worship shouldn't actually impact my life when that's actually a big part of religious conviction.
Look, I'm not part of the community. I don't know. I just noticed it and I thought that's interesting. But
yeah, no, it's genuinely fascinating to talk about. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I want to understand
it's easy to be disrespectful. Like anything you say can and will be used against you by the ADL. But like, listen, what if you connect a metal to that wire? Isn't it like the world's biggest antenna? Can you imagine the reception?
Oh, that's interesting. Does fishing wire have a...
I don't fucking know. But like...
How useful is that for transmission?
To be honest, I wouldn't fuck with it because, some of those people may be litigious. The thing that I do wonder, though, it's like, what happens if the wire gets cut? Like, seriously, and I actually looked it up. Like, I asked ChatGPT, like, what is the protocol if the wire gets cut in the Sabbath? Right? Because, like, they monitor for it before. But, like, what happens, like, if during the Sabbath...
call anyone. Because that would be work. If you call someone for maintenance, that's a work.
Yeah, you can't. But, apparently, the law allows, in certain extreme situations, to do that. And You basically like call someone and they inform everyone. It's like, drop everything. Just drop what you're doing. Stop. It's kind of like the pandemic, like the quarantine, you know? Like,
That's so fascinating.
it is.
I actually grew up. One of my early friends was a Seventh-day Adventist. So they do the exact same thing, but just they don't consider themselves Orthodox, I guess. Is that part of what that is?
Yeah.
So whenever I would go see her on Sunday, they couldn't turn on the lights, couldn't turn on the AC in the sweltering heat. They couldn't do a lot of things. So when I'd come over, she'd just look at me, and then like her parents would have to supervise me turning on the AC
Yeah.
to prove that it's me, a visitor doing this.
You were the Sabbath Goy, and you didn't know.
I deserve to get paid, and all that bitch did was try to take my ex at the. God damn it!
You could have asked for money. It's a prestigious job. I'm not even kidding. Like it's considered an honorable work.
I am honorable.
You know, but like, listen. Imagine you have like guests over, right? You got guests over, and you need someone to turn on the light because you can't do it, and you can't ask them either, right? If you hire someone that's not trustworthy and he doesn't turn on the light, he keeps the Jews in the dark. They can't do it.
That's a crazy amount of power. That's got to be a power trip for somebody.
I know. Like I would be the light bringer. I would call myself Luciferos. You know, it's like, look.
Turn it into a whole ritual.
They can't say shit during the after that they can. Like they'll probably chew you up, never hire you again. But like during that moment, during your time in the spotlight, you can literally let there be light, clock, and they can't say shit.
I love stuff like this. Like we have all these things going on in the world, and then you have these people who abide by the fishing.
by the fishing line.
Like I'm sorry. Like with everything going. These people are ruled by fishing wire. This is so amazing.
Apparently, I have been told that I don't know if I should make another video, but I have been told to look up the sin chicken.
Sin chicken?
Yes.
Is this the thing from Germany, or is this something
different?
No,
apparently it's still part of like another Jewish tradition. I will have to look it up. But like, look, I can now understand the secular Jews. Can you imagine like living under like so many fucking rules? It's like a military there, and then you finally like break away from that community. Yeah, I think you're going to start raving about patriarchy and shit. Like this is how you actually get like professors, university professors. They're like, my cisgender heteronormative patriarchy. They literally grew in that, you know. Like I kind of feel their pain now. I kind of feel the level of horror that it's like to live in a military like environment where you have like rules over rules over rules.
You know what we should do? I wish that this was an ethical thing. I wish we could round up all feminists and force them to abide by the fishing wire for 1 month. I feel like that would change them at their core. I feel like they wouldn't be so spiteful anymore.
Do you know what happens? Like I know feminists that actually go into Islamic areas and shit. They put on the hijab and they start liking it. I'm not kidding. Like they become enforcers. They become like some of the loudest and all like, I put the hijab back, you know, that type of lady.
Yeah. I've seen some of those videos.
Yeah. So basically, they do the thing that liberals do where they impose minimum wage, but they turn around and say we need illegal immigrants to work these jobs because American workers are too expensive. Yes.
Every problem can be associated with them. And it's so frustrating.
But anyway, right. It's been 1 hour and I said that's for how long I will keep you. So if you want to do this again next week, I would be more than happy. I enjoyed this stream. What's your channel so people can follow you?
You can find me anywhere on YouTube and X at Madam Savvy. I don't post or stream regular at my merch, which is a power trip.
Anyway, right. Hopefully we don't get in trouble with the ADL. I don't think we should. But you never know. Apparently Pepe the Frog and the OK sign and the milk is racist. So hopefully this one isn't. The fishing wire is not yet on on the ADL website. Right. Thank you for watching, chat. And I'll see you on my other channels. Take care.